So this is going to be a quick one today. Just another thing I noticed in the groups that I figured I would go ahead and talk about. So way back when, we were sitting here and we said, what would be really great? A starter kit. And we figured first we would tackle automotive because that's what the majority of our customers do. So we went ahead and we built them, and they were back at that time called the Basic and the Basic Plus. I went to our tinters and I said, listen, if all you were doing was door windows, what would be your must-haves? And then I said, okay, now what if you were then learning shrinking back windows and installing those? And then they added them on. And I made 2 different kits, one for the very basic starter, and then the one that we called the Basic Plus, which was for people who, maybe were going to soon or maybe already were thinking about doing back windows as well. And then that gave them, the basic essentials of the back glass tools. But then we got our new website, and our new website, it's a little more beefy. It has a little more oomph to it. There's a little more you can do with it. So it changed how we did the starter kits. It went from them being these 2 pre-made kits that you couldn't really change anything out on without contacting us and everything like that, to becoming 2 fully customizable kits. So I saw a post last night, someone was talking about how expensive our kits are. So let's talk about that, because I hold a little issue with that, and I'll show you why. On our website, here is our starter kit. And what you'll notice is right here at the top, it says from $0, and that's the truth. It's because you can pick and choose what items you want to put in it. Basically, what this does is it gives you a list of things that it's recommended you have. And if we have multiple items that fit in that category or whatever, you have a selection that you can choose from. In addition to that, you'll notice here, if you choose no pouch, it takes $17.90 off. If you choose the Ergodyne pouch, that's how much it adds to your kit. And then if you choose the Avery Dennison pouch, then you add on an additional $36.09, because that's the cost of it over the Ergodyne pouch. Then, we go down. You need a knife. Well, most people need. So the least expensive one on here obviously is not having a knife at all. But then in second, we have the red dot. So how I originally built this, you had to make a selection. I believe it was up to number 11. You had to choose at least one option, and it was set to default to the cheapest options. So what was going on was I was getting a lot of requests for, well, I need this, but I don't need that, but I want this, but I don't need that. And so I just set it so that everything was optional. You'll notice here is red dots are normally $7.69, but if you get them in the starter kit, they're $6.92. I did that because you can go through, you can build your kit, and it gives you a little bit of a discount, because when you're first starting out, getting your tools and putting in that initial investment is incredibly expensive. So, I figured, all right, we'll give you guys a little bit of a discount. My point here is the fact that if your kit is expensive, it's because you built it that way. And I don't like sounding accusatory or I'm blaming people or anything like that, but in this case, that's legitimately what it is. If you got to the end of it and your kit was $500 and you're like, that's just too expensive, that's because you have really expensive taste. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but, if you go back through your options, you can customize it to your budget. Say, okay, maybe this time instead of getting 10 chinks, you get 1 to start out with. Maybe instead of getting the fusion heat gun, which is really great, by the way, you choose just a little Wagner. Maybe instead of choosing a tint keg, maybe you should go with the Poly 2. So this kit, if money is just not an object, you can go balls out and create just the beefiest, most expensive kit ever. But I built the kits this way on the website specific for the people out there who didn't have an unlimited budget. It would allow them to come in and say, okay, what do I need? And then also, you get a little bit of a discount on it, which is always nice. No one complains about getting a discount. I will say these kits can be incredibly expensive, but they can also be as budget friendly as you want them to be. I mean, you could go to Amazon and spend, let's see, $11. You would get the absolute basics, but you're also getting kind of obscure tools that we maybe don't necessarily use, or it's like a cheap knockoff version of tools that we use. But, if you're doing that and you're going on here and you're buying from these places, you're not buying from these tool makers that are actually developing tools because they're in our industry and they want to help us. You're not supporting these businesses that are actually out here like really trying hard to provide things for you guys that are not only of a high quality, these guys care about their reputation. Amazon seller with the $12 kit full of a bunch of cheap Chinese tools. Do you really think that person cares what you think of them? Do you really think they care about providing you a quality product? And then not only that, but we have the other side of this, which is buying from companies that support our industry. How do you make your industry grow? You support it. It's like this cycle. The installers support the tool companies support the installers. And it's a really beautiful relationship. And us distributors, we fall somewhere in between the consumer and the manufacturer. It's just something to think. There are websites where you can get like a $40 kit. There are distributors that have them chock full of a bunch of no-name tools just to get you started. You can absolutely do that if that's what you choose to do. But at the same time, I started learning with the tools I eventually went on to use as an installer. It's kind of like when someone's like, oh, I'm just starting out. Does anyone have a suggestion on a cheap film to burn through? Well, yeah, we do. But at the same time, you don't want to go grab the cheapest of the cheapest of the cheapest, because a lot of cases there's something weird with it. There's a reason why it's cheap. Maybe it's really thin or whatever. All experience is experience, but, as you get better and you start getting into it more, make that investment in yourself. Work with things that you're going to be working with professionally, because that's going to serve you better. You're going to become more familiar with your film and your tools if you had to work with them from the bottom up. Just some thoughts. Got a little bit on a ramble. Here we are. Me personally, if I'm going through here and I am building this for myself, I'm not keeping budget in mind. So I do PPF now, but I can speak on the stuff that I used when I was still tinning. The Avery Dennison tool pouch, red dot placement blades, the short fusion handle, Blue Max crop, always Tri-Edge X blue. Gator blades, I never really got into. The shank, so I would go bougie. I would go with the Max Flow. Scuttlebutt, plastic ball lock, line filter on mine. 15-foot hose, plastic fan. I love the blue hose, tint keg wipe, slip solution. Always love Fusion all type. The Littlefoot red, the bulldozer, stroke deck. I actually, before getting into distribution, I had only known of people using the yellow turbos, and I, since distributing, have seen a lot of people gravitating towards the orange. So it's a little bit harder of a squeegee. Tell me in the comments below what you like better and why. The tail fin, the scrubber. This I'd go slim foot, definitely. The Blade 8 Neon, the number 9 blades. My kit, as I built it, was $647.80. As you saw, in some of these things, I picked a lot of the most expensive options. So if I had to go through and I had to build the cheapest kit because I couldn't afford a $650 kit, as you just saw, the freedom's there. So I don't know. That's just kind of my thought. I understand where this process might be a little bit intimidating, because there are a lot of things on here. But I put 20 different items in this kit because I wanted to absolutely cover the bases. And even if it wasn't a situation where somebody needed every single one, if they were legitimately just starting out, I wanted them to be able to have like a list. To each their own. I think it's pretty cool how it's set up. I do wish that the interface was a little more user-friendly, but unfortunately, I haven't figured out a way to make it easier. I mean, I know what I would like to see, but I am also bound by what the website's capable of. Over time, it's very possible that it would get to that. All right, guys. Thank you for your time, and you guys have a great day.